Ladies and someone's playing in the background. Ladies
It's
and
you.
gentlemen, boys and girls, it is that time of the week, the greatest time of the week, especially when I'm hosting. I am your lovely host, the GOAT host, as it says behind me, unstoppable, unbeatable, the icon, perfection, the superhuman. I am Matt. I have with me the expert of nothing, Andrew Shelley, and I have with me the employee, Connor.
Yes.
Gentlemen,
All right.
first and foremost, how is our week going? How is our day going? Give me something good. Give me something not so good, or just give me something that's updated. Start with you, expert of nothing.
This week has been super interesting. It's been very busy. It's gone by very quick. There's been nothing noteworthiness in this week. Nothing to like celebrate. Nothing to really like talk about or be excited or pumped about. Just hoping this week gets over as fast as possible because nothing has happened. Nothing of importance. Nothing.
Okay,
Really emphasizing that nothing. Damn.
No, I'm just kidding.
good to know, I suppose.
Yeah. Wow, bro.
I'm
That's.
implying because it was your birthday this week.
Oh, I didn't catch up
That's
with
what
that.
I was throwing at. Yeah. I
He's
mean,
getting
it's
older.
hard.
Man.
It's hard,
The-
hard to catch on. There's a thing.
The important thing that happened on my birthday happened 26 years ago when I was born.
Mm-hmm.
The 26-year-old birthday is not that. I mean, I'm just 26 now. I'm on the other side of 20. On other side of 20 now, pretty much.
Old man. No, but it's serious. This has been a good week. No complaints. It's gone by quick. I'm excited for the weekend. Finally got to watch Guardians 3 because it's now streaming. We'll have our thoughts on that a little bit later. That's basically it.
All right. Well, your life is boring.
Yeah, that is.
Steven, the
It was like watching
oh,
Paint
I
for you,
almost,
huh?
I almost had you almost had me there. You almost had me say it. The employee. How was your week?
The boss, the goat, the main event. My week was good, man. This is my 4th week of training with the new job, new gig.
That's right.
It's clicking. I'm rocking and rolling. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying it. I got to play some CS:GO the other day. I got a couple of hours here and there to play some Fortnite with my boy. Like Andrew said, it is a very boring week. But
Truly.
with that being boring, I've been capitalizing on trying to catch up on some content, some video games, just hanging out with my kids. Soccer's starting soon, so we were online looking for some soccer cleats or shoes or boots or whatever those weird ass soccer kids call them. So yeah, they call them cleats. Okay.
Yeah, boots is very European, but
Okay, I didn't know. I'm not hip with the lingo. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, fair enough.
So get it. But besides that, what'd you do, Matt? How was your week so far?
Well, gentlemen, my birthday was this week. Had a birthday dinner. Got my freaking present today. I was like pleasantly surprised. My son and my wife got me the AirPod Maxes. So
Nice. How you liking
super
them?
happy about that. Love them. So my
Really?
wife, it's a not two-sided gift, but basically my wife's AirPods. I've been using them to edit my TikTok videos because I have a MacBook, and she kind of got
Shameless
fed
plug.
up. She's like, you know, what? I'm done. So she got me these AirPod Maxes, which I can use for all my devices. So I'm happy about that.
Hell yeah, dude.
The control actually works with my Android device. So like instead of
That's
doing
good.
Hey Siri, if I hold it down, it does work for Google. So I'm excited for that specifically. I got back
Yeah,
on
that's
TikTok
fine.
this week. I have a giveaway to do tonight that I have to draw for. I might do it tomorrow, though it's getting kind of late. But got that back up and running. Got 2 videos out in the last week. So I'm pretty cool, pretty excited. Big Brother started last night. Oh, I love me some Big Brother. And this is going to sound crazy because you guys don't know this about me, but I love it so much that during Big Brother season, my wife and I keep the live feed on 24/7 on our TV. And that's all we watch. That's all we watch. So we are big Big Brother
Weird, dude.
fans.
That's weird.
No, it is when I first got into Big Brother, I thought it was kind of weird too, and then I started doing it. And last year there was like some off the camera racism or on off TV on live feed racism that happened that like just added so many layers to like the TV aspect of it that if you missed it, you wouldn't understand like what happened really because they edited a lot of it out to kind of save the guy's face.
I missed that. You know what I'm saying? What are we doing, Andrew?
Exactly.
We totally missed.
Saw Oppenheimer finally.
Oh yeah, how was that?
That's the big thing, Oppenheimer, dude. I can't even stress to you how good that freaking movie is. Every award it's gonna win, every single one, except for
Everything.
like it'll sweep everything, dude. Cinematography, sound, dude. So they had it set such down to a science that when you see the explosion for the first and only time in the film,
Yeah.
they had it down to a science completely to where the sound waves traveled to the theater the same time as it does in real time.
That's awesome.
So like the
That
bomb
is tight.
dropped, and it for like a solid minute and a half, it was just like literally dead silence. And then when they hear it, like in real time, we hear it, and it just hits us hard, and it's like a loud explosion. It's crazy. It's by far the most immersive movie I've ever seen in my life. Like it's nuts. Uh, but unless you guys see it, you guys won't really understand like what it is I'm saying, because
Yeah.
it's you have to just watch it to understand like what it is, and it's so incredible. With that being said, gentlemen, I didn't tell you guys this in pre-production, but I do have a surprise up my sleeve tonight.
I like
A
surprises.
little,
Wait, you're
a
not
little.
you're wearing short sleeve.
There's still you can still go up to short sleeves.
Oh, that's true.
So surprise up my sleeves tonight. So what I need both you gentlemen to do, if you could kindly make this stream full screen for me on your computer, so you
Is
don't
there gonna be like
see.
is something gonna jump out at me? You know what I'm
No,
saying?
well, you'll see me share it on the thing. I just don't want you to
All right.
see it down below on the bar. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
But I will tell you when the time comes. Until then, gentlemen, let's get straight into it. The big thing this week, I think, for everybody was Loki season 2 trailer came out. Did either one of you gentlemen watch it?
I did.
Yes, and I watched a breakdown of it.
All right, give me your thoughts on just the trailer. Breakdown, not yet, but just the trailer. Start with you,
Go
Steven.
for it, Andrew. Oh, want to go for me? Cool. I think it looks good. I'm kind of a little confused because two of the locations that might be the same spot kind of look different to me. The Wild West spot and then the World of Fair. I don't know if you guys saw the same thing, but it looked like it was two different spots. But I am stoked once again to be back on the Marvel train after pooping and throwing up at the same time watching Secret Invasion. But we're going to talk
Fair
about
enough.
Secret Invasion today. That might I don't want to give him a bailout, but it might be a bailout. So,
Some perspective,
but
at least.
yeah, at least his perspective. Yeah. But Loki season 2, I can't wait. A lot of the cast is coming back. I like how they're playing different roles, like if they don't know each other. So, I'm going to enjoy this. I know I am. But that's all I got from it.
All right.
Yeah,
Mr.
I'm
Shelley.
also very excited for it. This idea of getting kind of like thrown through time seems cool. At first, I was thinking like, oh, they go in like a Spider-Verse kind of style.
Yeah.
But only time will tell. I'm very excited to see Jonathan Majors again. I think he just is gonna knock it out of the park. I'm hoping he gets a lot of screen time this season. Just because I think he's really good at being the Kings and the King variants.
The Kangies.
Yeah, the Kingies.
I can't wait for him to beat up everybody
Mm-hmm.
in the MCU.
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
Yeah, I had you. Sorry, that was my only one.
Just the dynamic between Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston, such good dynamics together. I'm excited to see them back in it. It's gonna be interesting to see like if Sylvia is like a big threat.
Sylvia.
Sylvie. Sorry.
What's wrong with this guy, man?
Come on, man, put it together here.
All right, listen.
What about you, Matt? What you got on it?
Trailer looks incredible. Haven't been more excited for a TV show in a long time. Besides Mando season 3, which laid me down, and then Ahsoka, obviously, which we'll get to. Trailer looks really good. Picks up right where it left off, in my opinion. I have two things we can get into when we get into actual deep dive of the trailer, but overall, the tone looks really good. I'm so glad Majors is still playing a big part in this. Giant missed minutes looks terrifying to me.
Yeah.
But other than that, I am super excited for this. This show and this season 2, man. But before we get into the deep dive, gentlemen, this is the surprise. All right,
You scared?
Everyone, close your eyes. You guys should be a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, eyes closed. Everybody,
Full on closed.
everybody. I want you to give. Hold on. Let me.
Whoa, what's going on here?
A big warm welcome to Markel, my boy.
Let's
I was
go.
able to get Kel on the pod this week. Kel, what's going on, brother?
What's up, y'all? Can y'all hear me? Just make sure y'all
man.
can hear me. Yeah, what's up, y'all? How y'all been, man?
Yeah,
Good,
really
been
good,
good,
man.
been good.
we're excited to have you.
So,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I just
Kel.
want to say real quick though, I sent that last video of y'all discussing Django and Robert Downey Jr. And my brother said you got robbed, bro. You should have won that debate, man. I don't know how you didn't win.
I should have.
dude, I felt so bad after that topic for like 3 days, dude. I was like, how did Andrew not win that topic?
I'm just waiting for all that to recirculate somehow in our future and just like being canceled.
All I know is that all I know is my skin is brown, so I'm the clear. Cool. So, Kel, welcome to the pod. You're here every week, pretty much. You watch it every week, and we all three of us really appreciate it, man. It's my week to host. I know how to get my dog on, my boy. Me and Kel been A1 since day one. After his brother kicked me in the stomach one time when I was laying down. But Kel, we're talking about Loki season 2. Did you see the trailer, brother?
Nah, I didn't see the trailer. To be honest with you, I didn't even watch the first season of Loki, man. To be honest with you, to be completely honest.
Hell yeah, dude. No, that's what's up, man.
But here's the thing. So like, I didn't watch the season. I just watched the last episode when Jonathan Majors got introduced.
That's what you got to
do. And I was like, all right, bet I know what's going on now.
That's all you need, man.
Yeah,
it all points to that one area of it. So, all right, well, we're gonna give our thoughts on the trailer, and you can just chime in here and there whenever you need to. Cool.
For sure.
Cool.
Now, Kel, this is gonna be hard for you to swallow, but I am the host tonight, and I do drive this thing. So I'm gonna need you to fall in line, all right?
Oh, damn.
I
I'm Denzel, you're Jay. You know what I mean?
I'm just a guest in y'all house today. That's all it's
Oh yeah, man. Anytime you want to jump in though, jump on in.
Yeah, feel free.
Honestly,
so you got a
wreak
breakdown
havoc.
of thing. Yeah, if you need to wreak havoc. You got a breakdown, Con, of things you said that you want to go through. Let's go through them real quick and let's get into the nitty-gritty.
So let's see if I can get this full screen. If I can get this full screen, hell yeah. Let's do
It's
this.
full screen.
Perfect. So we're gonna watch the trailer right here. There is a lot of things that changed from the first season to the second season. Just like this location right here, there's they're breaking down that the whole keyhole looking thing that they're going to be the keys of like breaking everything down when it comes to timelines. That it started to pique my interest. I know Disney does stuff or Marvel does stuff for a reason, but this guy right here got me stoked. Yes,
Mhm.
I hope that he's not just in this for one episode and done. I hope they drag him out. I hope he's in. Yeah, this scene was hilarious. I don't know if you guys remember it, but Owen Wilson and his banter back and forth were just, it was money. What'd you guys think about the scene?
So my first thing was when he does that trippy thing. I immediately thought Spider-Verse. I think everybody,
that was crazy.
I think everybody thought that really. But then Ke-Huy Kwan's character, whatever his name is, ended up saying what it really was, which is the time slip, which makes more sense because if they're to be accurate and correct, he should be changing colors as well to different universes. The time slip makes more sense. I just wonder why he's time slipping. Like what's causing him to? He's obviously out of time, but like,
What's the reason?
Yeah. But and what's crazy is that there's no like immersion either, so it doesn't look like there's two worlds coming together. I'm glad that we don't have no idea what's going on. That way we can't like pass judgment on like, oh, this should be this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
now pause it right there. Go back. Play it. Pause it after this next one. Right here, pause it. All right. Does anybody else think this jet ski thing is obviously like a callback to Morbius? And 2, is that guy selling the jet ski behind him not Mobius? The white guy, not the guy that clearly isn't the white guy.
It kind of looks like it.
So
why-
my
Zoom in
thought
and
is this is gonna be like his what's the previous girl that got her memory back? Her moment when she had that like, oh, I'm actually a person from the real world. This is
Yeah.
gonna be his moment with Mobius to kind of figure out why that jet ski thing is a big deal to him, and they're gonna work together from this point going forward. I think.
I need to. Wasn't there something with jet skis in the first season?
Yeah,
Mobius.
that's what he
Yeah.
did for a living, right? Before
No, he didn't. He didn't say that. Mobius just kept. Well, I'm assuming that's what it is going to be with this. I do think that's Mobius selling in the background.
Mhm.
But Mobius has said in the whole first season that he just loves jet skis, and there's something about like riding through the waves. And then Loki's like, "Have you ever had one before?" He's like, "No."
Is that dude wearing a vest back there? I haven't seen a vest since like '94.
I don't
If he-
think so.
listen,
I think it's
listen.
a white shirt and a tie.
That's definitely not a tie.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about the other guy, not Mobius.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, if this guy's wearing a vest in public buying a jet ski, that's already strike number one for this show.
That's yeah.
Yeah,
That man should not be out in a vest like that to buy a jet ski.
not even close. This doesn't even look like jet ski weather. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely
But-
not.
That's probably like a life vest. You know what I mean?
True.
He's preparing for it.
People fall off the jet ski.
So there's two Lokis in this
Yes.
run.
But the other Loki doesn't know he's there. This seems like one of those things, like the Avengers Endgame thing, where the other variant doesn't realize that that person's there. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because he says something to him and he doesn't even recognize him or move, I guess.
So this is what
this
I
was
had.
cool. Yeah.
So are those guys? Is it going back in time where they still think there's the tribunal? You know what I mean? Like, do they still think those guys are real in this timeline, or are these the three kings that in this universe or world is that they think are the tribunal? You know what I'm saying? Because they all look different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The head in the ground gives me the same vibes of like he's revealing to them what he got revealed last season,
Mhm.
which is
Yeah.
their fake. I don't know how he can do the wall thing though. Like that's kind of.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, but
But when this first happened, when I first watched it, I was like, "Oh, okay, it's Jonathan Majors. Like we're good. He's good."
They didn't scrap him, man, because that would have sucked.
Here's Johnny.
See, so is this the same scene as the one right before this? Where is this? Because this looks like it's the whatever of the worlds or the circus of the worlds or fair of the worlds, but this looks like it's a cowboy like village or town.
He's dressed in the same thing, no?
Yeah, I thought it was the same. Just maybe
Because look at,
they
and then
haven't
all of a
gone
sudden
inside.
it looks like technology's a thing now. You know what I mean?
Oh, those two shots. I think those are different places.
Yeah, that's what I thought so too. And then did you guys see the superpower thing he has where he can like? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, he can. Those are accurate to the comic. They just finally are showing it.
It's up to us to save this place.
Oh, that's gonna be so good.
Yeah, dude, I think this dude's gonna be hilarious.
We're playing God.
Such a good line. Such a good line, man.
Mhm.
It's Loki.
How do you choose who lives and who dies?
Hmm.
Make the hard choice.
See, I feel like, yeah.
Oh, dude, that's terrifying, man.
I know, giant miss minutes.
Dude, it's gonna be crazy.
And right there, they're holding hands again.
Always will be.
So fire, so good.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good, man. I think they're gonna be back on top with what they give us. They can't-
Y'all don't think they're showing? Maybe this is my just personal critique. Y'all don't think they're showing Jonathan Majors too much in all these like Marvel things? Like, I don't know. So like, if you think about like Thanos, you see him at the end of a movie.
Mhm.
You see him at the end, like an end credit scene. Jonathan Major has been like a central piece in like 3 major projects for
Yeah.
you know, it's like I don't know, like I get it. They're wanting to like make him seem like a threat, but it's like the reason why Thanos was a threat to us was because we always think like, oh, he's in the background. He's going to come at any
Yeah,
minute.
Pulling
the
the strings.
boogeyman
know?
kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I
That's a
think
good point.
I think
my
it's
only
a
really good point.
That's my
I think it's a
only
little different though, because with that character, there's going to be so many versions of it that it's not going to be like the same character over and over and over again. To where, if it's like Thanos, we got 2 versions of him, but this we could literally get infinity versions of
Yeah.
and
Kongi.
yeah, and Jonathan Majors is top notch enough to be able to pull off all of them.
Yeah.
I think he's still allowed to work with white women.
Clearly, there's one in this show. So, I mean,
Yeah, they gave her a big ass sword though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Need some protection.
she's like, I'm gonna need something bigger than this.
she's just in no shots with him. It's just she's
Yeah,
there,
it's-
but just-
Just got to separate.
Yeah, COVID
They just have a
protocols. They have to be
cardboard
6 feet
cut
away
out
from
of
each
it.
other at all times.
to the fatigue of Kang, I think that's gonna be not. I mean, I think the fatigue could get there. I think Majors is gonna be good enough to keep it fresh every time. But the moment he doesn't, it's gonna feel kind of weird and kind of like, okay, we're getting too much of him. So we trust him a lot with this whole process. But even beyond that, I think it's a different kind of threat with Kang. There's in the comic world, there's always this thing where like Kang has this arrogance because he knows you could do anything to me, but the next me coming is going to be 10 times worse anyway.
Mhm.
So I think that like Kang having that reoccurrence of like, you've gotten rid of me, but here I am again and I'm worse. Here I am again and I'm worse. Here I
Like,
am
I was
again and I'm
thinking
worse.
the line that he says from Loki season 1, where he's like,
See you real soon.
"See you soon." Like,
That's some
imagine him
creepy
just
shit,
being
dude.
able to say that again, like at the end, or getting defeated by someone just being like, "See you soon."
That's
Yeah.
like on some Chucky, Freddy Krueger kind of stuff, dude. Where it's just
Mhm.
like, and he's getting stabbed in the stomach, dude, when it's happening, and he's just like,
Mhm.
"I'll be back."
He wanted to happen.
Yep.
Dude, that guy was creepier. That King was creepier than the Ant-Man King. I think the fact that he just played with that apple the whole time was just, I was on edge the
But that's
whole time.
That's the beauty of Kang, right? So you have that crazy kind of like he's just like an old man just losing his mind, Kang. Then we have a complete different version of Kang where he's young and like super powerful. But then this version of Kang is going to be the super smart Kang who knows how to manipulate time because he's the one who created this whole time machine in the first place. So like we're going to get these different versions of Kang to eventually we're going to get to the actual like, you know, I don't know his name, but the last one, where he's like the guy that I conquered everything. Like the other Kangs are scared of me. Like that's how powerful I am. Which we saw him a little bit at the end of Ant-Man when he was commanding the other two. Like they were arguing, he walked in, they got quiet immediately, and he's the one who called all the Kangs around him. So I think when they keep building, I think if they build up to that Kang, Immortus is his name. Then we're gonna see what we kind of want, which is that Thanos level threat. I think Ant-Man did a bad job projecting that like big grand threat that Kang is, but I think Loki's done a good job so far of showcasing the brilliance of Kang.
Yeah, I liked that. It was, you just didn't know what to expect. You're like, is this guy gonna just flip out and lose it? Like, what he has all the cards in his hand. He knows the outcome. Like, when is he gonna do something? And so it was a good twist.
Gentlemen, anything else to add in that Kang front, or just the front
Loki.
in general? Loki, yeah.
I just hope we get some Jonathan Majors that we can really like sink our teeth into. I don't want it to be where he's like in the last episode or the second to last episode and we're only getting a small piece. I really want to get a little bit of the backstory of him. That's gonna be dope. I think that'd be sick. I really hope because of all the stuff that went down, they didn't have to cut so many scenes with him. I hope what they planned comes. You know what I mean? Instead of it being like, shit, we had to reshoot and change this and change that because of this BS that's going down with him. So
yeah, I'm interested to see too to kind of put a bow on it. If so, the mistake in season 1 was Sylvie, and it was reflective of Loki's mistakes previously with Thanos. I'm interested to see if they end up seeing Victor Timely, which is this version of Kang, the whole time, and if Loki accidentally gives him the actual keys to unlock this whole time stream thing, thus, the same Loki path of I always make the mistake kind of thing, which I think would
Would
be
be cool.
a cool parallel. But moving on, staying on the Marvel topic, the MCU, there was a complete mess on Twitter today about the Fantastic Forecast. So about a month ago, all of us kind of went over like what the rumored cast was and what we thought of them. Scrap it. They've been none of them accepted the role. Not a single one of them. They all turned it down. Well, of the main four, I should say. I think Galactus is still the same person. But so that came out like last week. That driver turned it down, and then it came out that everyone else turned it down at the same time. Today we wake up to more Fantastic Four news of who actually got the role. It was a freaking mess. So what we do know for sure is that Vanessa Kirby is Sue Storm. I have no clue what she's in, unless anybody else knows. And then we have who we thought was going to be Jack Quaid. That rumor of Jack Quaid for Johnny Storm lasted about 20 minutes, and then Jack Quaid came out and said it's not true. So then we got a different guy, Joseph Quinn, who's being named for Johnny. I think what I'm really trying to say here is that Marvel's in such a mess right now that I don't know who these actors are. We went from knowing all four of the actresses that were going to play the FF to not knowing a single one of these people. And why was it such a mess?
Isn't Jack Quaid? Isn't he from The Boys?
I don't know, but he ain't in it.
Yeah,
he said he ain't in it. Any thoughts, gentlemen, on this? Not even like the cast, because I don't really know them enough to like give thoughts on them too. But like just the mess that was this morning with that, and is the MCU like scrambling, or like the thing is like 4 actors turning down a role in the MCU.
So I'm not too concerned about them getting no names. I'm actually okay with that. I would potentially like to see a younger cast that's no name that could grow with the franchise instead of getting somebody who's a little bit older and more established that might want to do multiple different contracts or multiple different pieces. Because I feel like to do the Fantastic Four, you're going to need some pretty long-term commitments.
That's true.
And again, give somebody an opportunity that hasn't, like even going back to Iron Man, like that was Robert Downey Jr.'s bounce back. Like give somebody that, like that shot to kind of go in and.
Okay, so let me say I agree with you on that front. Let me represent the question that I'm really asking. What happened to the MCU's pool? Why did all 4 of these actors turn down this role?
MCU's trash, bro. Like it's messing up. So like a lot of these movies right now are bombing. You know what I mean? We haven't had a big movie since Barbie and Barbie and Oppenheimer were the 2 movies that brought cinema back. So they know like, okay, the MCU's not a draw like it used to be. You know what I mean? And they don't know if people are rushing to see Fantastic Four after the last Fantastic Four with Michael B. Jordan. Like why would we want to watch the Fantastic Four again? You know, so I don't like Adam Driver's already been in part of movies that like were box office stuff. He probably was like looking at it like, yo, this is probably just another Star Wars thing for me. I might get the pull, but I might get the hate again and talking about this movie sucked. You know, so I if I was an actor, I would just wait it out. Let me see what MCU's doing. Maybe I get the next role, but you know, like if I'm an MCU fan, I would be happier with just like having no names people anyways. Like that's how we got Tom Holland. That's how we got Tom Holland. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know who he was until he put on a Spider-Man suit. Like it's probably better that way.
Yeah,
that is true. And then you're not seeing Kylo Ren as the dude from Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of guys that I'm like, oh, that would be dope if it was this guy, but I know him from another role, and it's just like, you know, that kind of sucks. But
especially like with 2 major franchises, it's hard to get that out of your brain. And I think we talked last time about Adam as potentially doing it, but if he's saying that he couldn't connect with the character, honestly, we don't want that. We want someone who's gonna dive into it versus someone who's like, I'm doing it for the money, but I can't really like find my footing with the character. Like you're not gonna get a great outcome with that. And that person's not gonna be able to fully invest into that character.
Yeah,
Do you
100%,
think that
man.
Adam Driver was the key? Do you think like the other three are like if Driver's in, I'm in kind of a thing, and Driver's like, well, I'm out, and like, all right,
Mhm.
we're out. We don't like it's either all in or nothing. Or like, do you think that was just like individual, different reasons had nothing to do with him? Because it's what it's like to me is that Driver came out first. That was a big report. As Driver said no, and then today it's that everyone said no.
Mhm.
Do you think Driver had that pool?
I don't know.
Mm.
I think there
Nah.
could be like a lot of things that are moving behind the scenes. Obviously, with the actors strike, I feel like that could be
Ooh, I
like
didn't think about that.
a big pull in it. That it's like, well, and again, from where Disney and Marvel are at, they're not in like a great place to be like, well, we can throw tons of money at you.
Yep.
Versus they used to be able to do that. So couple that with an actor strike, they might have gotten what could have been a paycheck or what their contract would have been, and they're like, nah, not worth it.
Fair
Yeah, I
enough.
agree with that.
I also think Bob Iger shot himself in the foot with his comments during the strikes,
Mhm.
with a lot of actors. But I think this is just one big game. I don't think anyone really is getting offended by either one of the sides because, like, yeah, no Margot for Sue. Unfortunately, she's too busy making Barbie and Polly Pocket. Um, the I think both sides of the strike are kind of like in a weird position where like they're just bashing each other, but like at the end of the day, they're gonna work together anyway once the strike is over. So I think like actors, I just think the only difference is that people are on actors' sides because they're workers. But like, I'm sorry, like for the last 15, 20 years, I've been told to give my wealth to somebody else, and yet DiCaprio is making $20 million a year, isn't doing the same for his actors. So like, I
True.
don't have sympathy for either side. One's corporate
Yeah.
greed, one's personal greed. You're both greedy, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
So I just think that like I don't know. The MCU has no pool, I think, is what's happening first off. And I just think on top of that, Disney has no pool either right now at the moment. So double edged sword for them.
Yeah, I got a question for you guys. Do you guys think that the Fantastic Four should have a standalone movie, or do you think they should be a reveal in a well-known movie, like them piggybacking off of the new Captain America, or them piggybacking off of the Marvels, or do you think their original story of the first time seeing them is in a Fantastic Four movie?
I think our first appearance of them could be a post credit scene. I do think their first like movie long, I don't know what the word is, appearances should be a standalone film. There's just too much depth there for those four characters that you need to go over, and you're not even going to get all of it in the first film. Probably going to focus
True.
on Sue and Reed first, and then from there build Johnny into other characters. Ben, it's one thing. I just look ugly. I'm mad at the world, so that's not hard to like
Yeah.
get across. But for Sue and Reed specifically, there's a lot of work to be done. And for Johnny's depth of character outside of the wild boy, you do need to have it. You do need to have him interact with other characters outside of his family. So I think that's the way to go. Is you do a standalone film, you build on Reed and Sue, and then you have Johnny appear other places. You know, Spider-Man next trilogy, something like that. But they need to have a featured film. My only problem with them having a featured film is no matter who they have for the villain, it's a big deal because their villains are big deals. Always.
Yeah, they don't have any little ones.
The rumor is Galactus. Yeah, the rumor is Galactus for this film, and the rumor is that Antonio Banderas is the actor for it. I don't know how it's gonna work, but we'll see. The funny part is like the way they ordered it is like in the tweet I saw, they said Galactus will be the main villain, and he's Latino, but like they didn't meant he meant like the actor's Latino, not like
Galactus.
it's
They got
everyone
this
in
Mexican
like
guy down the street who's gonna be the bad guy.
everybody is in like the comments like me llamo Galactus.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yo tengo hambre. Nah, go ahead.
Nah, what I was saying, man, like I honestly don't care if it's a standalone film or if it's like they get added on to another film. I just want them to do the characters correct and have them be people that you want to, see in the future. But like, I'm not really worried about them casting like Reed or Storm. It's Johnny. Not really worried about the Thing either. I just need Johnny and Doom to be good. If Doom's not good, then like it just throw away the whole thing because if you don't have I guess like the Fantastic Four, you could get no names for that. I need somebody to be Doom. Like I need there to be a somebody as Doom because that's going to be a big threat for the future. Like that's going to be like the guy. So
Yeah.
as long as they get those characters right, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I think
The
Secret Wars leads into Doom anyway.
The only thing I'm nervous about is the fact that how smart Reed is, and if they put him in the same world as like Tony Stark and everybody, how do they not know who Reed is? You know what I'm saying? Like he's supposed to be one of the smartest people to ever live, and it's
Yeah.
like now you're just going to introduce the smartest guy in the world when
Oh yeah,
nobody. You know what I'm saying?
they 1000% go the route of we've been gone for X amount of years, lost somewhere. Because I mean, Reed specifically gets lost a lot in the comics. Like for some reason, he's
Yeah.
gone for like years at a time. So I could see them just going that route of like, oh, we've been, we were the original superheroes. We just got lost in quantum world or even somewhere distantly into the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if Galactus is going to be their big bad for their film, which is the rumor, I see them not even be on Earth for their first film. They're somewhere in the galaxy finding out about Galactus and dealing with that, while everyone else is dealing with whatever's here. Kind of like I had bigger problems than to come back to Earth in a situation. But I think they go that route. Just listen, I'm the smartest guy in the world. You guys don't know it yet because I haven't been here for 15 years or whatever, which is why the casting of Driver makes sense because he fits that 35 40-year-old male kind of figure, which is I've been gone for a long time, but I've been a child prodigy my whole life. But pivoting to the next Marvel topic, a brief one I hope, because Andrew should agree pretty easily. Andrew, you saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3 finally. Kel, have you seen Guardians 3?
No, I didn't. Nah, I know.
Did not? All right. I know for sure Khan is not yet, but he's going to. I touted. You're muted. Muted.
Started it and turned it off because I only
So-
had like 35 minutes. So no.
So I tout it as the greatest MCU film there ever is. Borderline the greatest comic book film there ever is. It's up there with Dark Knight. Andrew, give us your take, man. And I want to hear the pushback, and I want to be able to push back on you.
Yeah, I don't think it's the greatest comic book film.
Hey, I said borderline. Okay.
Yeah.
There's like 3 or 4 ahead of it.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think it was a good movie. At the end of it, I felt like this was why am I drawing a blank? Tell me out the director, Gunn. There we go, James Gunn. I felt like this was his way to like be done with the MCU. So he got a few passes on things, and
No, he's done with the MCU. Duh. Continue on.
Okay, well, let me finish. Come on. But the thing that I kept thinking was he's got such a unique style that it feels like it's starting to like bleed together. Like there's always some kind of like sea creature monster thing.
Get him, Andrew. Get him.
So dumb.
So
dumb.
But I feel like, and here's where it gets confusing. I feel like the story and just like the creativity of the first Guardians is unmatched. The second one, as you guys know, I absolutely hate.
Fine.
And the third one, I think it's better than the second, but not by much.
You are crazy. So the creativity piece of it, I mean, I get that part, but the story, you're out of your mind. This is a way better story and plot. Than
The way
first
he
one.
pulled off the story is like, and how he's telling kind of time frame wise, it was cool. And it definitely makes Rocket the centerfold. But there was just, I couldn't fully invest in it to where I was like, it's good. It's not revolutionary, groundbreaking.
You're crazy. You're out of your mind.
I don't know. We'll have to see what
So
these other
first
gentlemen
off,
think.
let's address the fact that you just critiqued a director for having a style, which you've never done before in your life. Nolan has a style. Scorsese has a style. Wes Anderson has a style. I never once heard you say, "Oh man, his style it's so repetitive."
Okay,
of
let
course,
me
it's the
rephrase-
director's
let me
style. That's
rephrase
what it
that.
is.
His style is there's some kind of squishy human thing, like the guards that are wearing like that weird squishy suit. Like it just feels like you see that kind of same thing over and over again.
Aliens. It's kind of hard to depict aliens.
But they're
They're
humans
slimy.
wearing like that squishy suit.
A
Like
couple of them.
See, this is why I'm not watching this shit. Squishy suits. Andrew hates it. I'm not doing that.
no, I wouldn't say I hate it.
Andrew
was
hasn't
good.
given a solid reason why it's bad.
I didn't say it was bad.
If you put it slightly above Guardians 2, it's bad. Guardians 2 is awful. So slightly above is bad.
yeah, but you don't think Guardians 2 is awful.
Me? Yeah, I do.
Yeah. No,
I'm
thought
with you.
thought- Oh, okay.
No, what I have done to you is every argument you make, I give you a reason for it. I believe the whole thing about it was like the powers of Peter and all that stuff. What I say, and which is still true to this day, is that everything that's happened in Guardians is justified by something within Guardians. So there's no like the plot is pretty tight across the board.
Mhm.
Whether
Yeah,
you like this
totally.
movie or not, the plot is like airtight regardless.
Totally. So a couple things that I didn't really like, and you might disagree with this. I didn't really care about the Gamora kind of side plot,
I didn't
which
care for it either.
it just is like there wasn't really like a resolve to it either. It just was kind of like it is what it is. So that kind of left me feeling kind of weird. I didn't like. I thought Adam was okay. They made him kind of like stupid, but they kind of explained why.
Nah, not kind of. They did.
Yeah,
You need to be
He
solid,
looked like
buddy.
he looked like a nerd, man. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I didn't watch it, man. Because they
it's
got
hard. So like
they
we talked
got
about
eyebrows, eyebrows from what's that movie called? Meet the
Maze
Millers.
Runner. Oh,
No,
yeah, that.
no, Meet the. Oh yeah, he was in Maze
He's Maze Runner. So like when I looked at him, I'm like, he's that guy that shot the guy that we all liked.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he was in Maze Runner, dude.
Oh,
he was a dick in that movie.
bro.
So,
So
like,
like,
that's what I'm
He's not.
seeing the
He's
whole
and the crazy
time.
part is in Maze Runner. He's like trying to be this hard, like
Yeah.
asshole. And I'm like, dude, I would have no
Wrong
problem
person
whooping
for
your
it.
ass. Yeah,
Bro.
Yeah.
nah, he just I don't know. He looked like I sent the picture to Matt as soon as they like released the photos of him, and I was like, this guy looks weird, bro. Like, why they just like put gold airbrush on him? They just like gold. Like, let's just paint him. Let's just. What about the suit? Don't worry about it. Let's just paint him. Let's just make him.
I feel like I'm slightly defending it. The
Let's
movie
put some
now.
sparkles on him.
But there's like a reason for that they go into on the movie.
Hey,
Again,
But-
everything's airtight, justified.
No, it definitely is. Like it's well thought. Oh, you can
Oh,
pull it up.
I gotta watch this movie trailer now. This movie's idea was great, just shitty. Like,
Dude, the ending of this movie is just like
This first one's pretty good. It's the second one and the third one that get out of control.
there he is.
it's like 2 feet, and it made it look like he jumped like a mile down.
We can end it here. We saw what we needed to see.
Oh, we got the close up.
I want to see if there's one. No, there's probably not.
No, I think there is.
There's gotta be, but
But I
This is
like
such a
it.
Yeah,
I liked his role in Toy Story. You know what I mean?
Sid, yeah, you like it, Sid?
You know what I mean? He was really, you know what I mean, compelling.
yeah. He did great at Sid, man. He was a good Sid.
Yeah.
If there's ever a live action, they have their Sid.
All right, so wrap it up here. Andrew gave his thoughts.
Yeah, so
1000%. I 1000% know that if I didn't tout it as good as it was, he would be like, "This is the fucking greatest film of all time! Oh my
No.
god, The Godfather than Guardians 3."
nah, I don't think so. I will say the rocket stuff is very good.
The main plot.
Yeah, the what causes the rocket to be the main plot is kind of stupid in my opinion, but it is what it is.
I hate
The High Evolutionary, he was great. I thought he was cool. He's a good villain that's unique. That he's not like trying to destroy the world or conquer or anything. He just wants to make it better because nothing else can.
Is he a man?
hmm
Because like in I don't know. I saw him in Peacemaker, and I got confused on what he was. You know, like I don't know. It was I didn't know what it was. So
and I thought I was gonna get canceled. Let's go. Go.
Nah. He is a good actor. I just didn't know.
Yeah. Okay, just stop digging yourself the grave. You know what I mean? Let's let it be known that
Digging up
isn't on
these
the show, all
holes.
right? This is got the appearance. Let's move on because Guardians 3, the review isn't. I mean, it's not like as discussive as if like all three of us watched it. So I would say by next week we'll probably have a good in-depth discussion of issues we have with the film. I do have problems with it,
Andrews,
but
or
I
I'll
do
lean
have.
Matthew and see what's up.
You'll lead my way.
No,
I will.
If you're
definitely
intelligent, you'll lead my
for
way.
him to say slightly better than Guardians 2 is the most disrespectful statement he's ever made.
I didn't say slightly. I said it's above Guardians 2.
You said
All right,
slightly above.
What's the next topic?
Anyways, we'll move to Payday 3 because we're gonna skip Gal Gadot. Who cares about Wonder Woman 3?
I was gonna say, here's a movie nobody's asking for.
We're skipping it. It's like Indiana Jones, you know. We're skipping that too.
Wait, what movie are we skipping?
We're
Wonder
just skipping
Woman
it.
3.
We're just skipping it.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
not talking about
You
it.
know,
All right. So Payday
Nobody wanna watch that.
3. Payday 3 laid on me, Steven. I'm not a big Payday person. I don't know if Andrew is either.
I don't even
What's-
know
what-
what it is.
What's
So
about
have
Payday
you
3?
guys played? Is anybody here played Payday?
Yes.
I mean, the board game? Or
Like a
you-
little bit.
Yeah. So
Wait, the board game or the video game where you?
Video.
Yeah, where you? Okay,
yeah, the Robin and stuff. So
Yeah.
Andrew, this game is, I don't know if you know what it is, but you and 3 other people, so a team of 4, you go in and you can rob banks, but it's all strategic. Like the higher levels you get, not the easier, but the more complex you can rob the bank without being seen. You can go in there and hack the cameras and make the cameras look a different direction. So you go in there, you can rob the bank, they can't see you. You can make it where you grab a guard and steal his walkie-talkie. So when they talk, you can tell them, "Oh yeah, go to the back," and then you can ambush them. They fixed a lot of the things. I know the game came out years ago, but they fixed so many of the issues that a lot of the players had. That fact that if you played by yourself, it was damn near impossible. I don't know if you remember this. Your guys would just randomly put their mask on and start pulling guns out instead of like cooperating with you. So you would be halfway through getting all the money, and then your teammate was the NPC or a computer would just put his mask on and start shooting people. And it was
I mean, to be fair, if you're talking about like a realistic heist group, you want to know who those people are. And so if you're playing with NPCs, you never know what you're going to get.
Yes, but the only hard part is that you were trying to level up to go play online with people and not be the noob. And then you would be like, hell yeah, we got all the jewels and stuff. And then all of a sudden you got screwed. You know what I mean? And it was just so annoying. But now that they've changed the not the animation, but I guess they changed the computer's like brain of everything where they're actually going to work with you instead of just ruining stuff for you. But I was watching gameplay of one of the YouTubers I followed, and he went through the whole thing without being seen. And it was like 35 minutes of him like doing it to a T. I thought it was so dope. The graphics, the way the guns shoot, way better. They used to be dog crap. You would pull the trigger and the gun would just go nuts.
I feel like this was like somebody who loved the intro to The Dark Knight and played way too much Grand Theft Auto and was like,
yeah,
here we go.
If they had a baby, that's pretty much what it would be. You spot on. I played Playdate 2 for almost like 3-4 years. I loved the game. I'm just glad that they're upgrading it with graphics. The only thing my drawback is, and I know this is me being a diva in this, but I don't want to play the same map. It looks very similar to the last jewelry heist map. So that's the only complaint I have. I do love the loot system where you find guns on the ground, or the better you do during the game, your chances of unlocking rare items go up. So like you'll see people who have like solid gold mask, right?
Real quick, is this all new stuff that's coming to Payday 3 specifically, or has that been a thing?
What?
Everything you're talking about besides the new AI.
No, not all of it's new. It's just now in a better generation of console. It looks very similar. It's just the gun mechanics were dog crap. Like as soon as you started to aim, your gun would just go, and it would be like so unbearable.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it just pissed me off. But I love the system where the more you do to help your team. So check this out, Andrew. So say you guys go into a bank and you get 500 million right out of the bank. At the end of it, they give you your portion on how much you contributed. So if you were just sitting there not doing anything, your portion was less. And then at the end of the game, you could see in the lobby, you could see your house, and your house would have gold bricks everywhere because the more money you got out of banks every time you played made your base or made your house look cooler. So when you jumped into somebody's thing, you could see all the stuff they had. I thought it was dope.
Like, you want to party up with me? Look at my casa.
Yeah, exactly. So then one of the other cool things I thought was at the end of it, there's like 3 cards. I don't know if they're still going to do this, but there would be 3 cards where you could flip one of the cards and you got whatever it was. So sometimes you could get a mask, or you can get a material of mask that people who would flip for almost a year would never get that. You know what I'm saying? There was things that made you want to come back and play. And oh man, I enjoyed the hell out of that game. I hope they keep the same energy with like the meth lab level, you know what I mean? The Miami boat chasing. I just hope they keep that same energy and they don't really just go into mechanics. But yeah, I can't wait for this game to come out.
Interesting.
2 more
Fair
months.
enough. September. That's a good time. Most games
Yeah.
don't come out in that time
Really
frame.
good time.
Yeah, like, wait.
And plus it prepares you for like holiday stuff. Payday. It's cool. Wasn't my cup of tea. I guess my question is, why is there a Payday 3? Like, I'm sure, like, why not just make outside of the AI thing, which is a big deal, and then the next gen
Huge.
support? Those 2 things are massive deals. Don't get me wrong, but like, why not just call it Payday and make like a big update? Like, no, Overwatch is just Overwatch.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
You get what
I
I'm
think it's because they did do that. They came out with Payday 2, and then Payday 2, they just kept adding to it.
Mhm.
But when it went to the new Xbox One came out, and it just never carried over.
Yeah,
People
okay,
it
makes
just
sense then.
they were still supporting it. It was weird, dude. Like 3 years into Xbox One, they were still supporting Payday, dropping dope levels, but it just didn't catch up. PC, it's still huge. It just console just
So they want like a end showpiece title to come out that makes it
Yeah.
a big deal again. Which I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good marketing scheme. That's what Overwatch did with Overwatch 2, and like, it's
Yeah.
not Overwatch, it's a giant update. So I get it. I just didn't. I guess outside of the AI thing, I was like, so is the mechanics different? Levels different? But I do know the game is loved by people that love it, like people that play
Yes.
Payday. You can play Payday. And
Yeah.
it goes back to like we talked about a few weeks ago with the loot system of like, if I grind long enough, I can get a certain thing no one else can get.
Yeah.
Can I just
and
buy
that's
it? Do I have
what
to grind, or
me
can I
off.
just buy it?
No, you can't. You have to grind in this game. You punk
should be.
bitch.
Yeah,
How
Andrew
should-
plays League and nothing else. So. Anyways, moving on to the next topic. I don't know where I want to go with this. I don't know if we want to hit the Mr. Beast topic. I don't even hit Mr. Beast because Ahsoka's
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
out. We all know it's coming out. We talked about it already. So Mr. Beast is suing Mr. Beast Burger, gentlemen. That sounds odd to say, but I will read to you what the article says.
First, before you read it, Matt, has anybody here had Beast Burgers? Have you had Beast Burger?
Mm-mm.
Nah.
Delicious,
They are
by the way.
fucking delicious. Sorry for my cousin. They are amazing. But,
Although when I read the article, it might change your mind, Steven.
Mhm.
So
come on, man.
it says entering a legal battle with partners involved in the burger ban, Mr. Beast Burger. Mr. Beast filed a lawsuit this week against Virtual Dining Concepts, the company the star partnered with on Mr. Beast Burger. We're gonna scroll down past this stuff. The lawsuit alleges that Mr. Beast Burger delivered raw and inedible food on numerous occasions. The lawsuit also says Mr. Beast Burger is often delivered late in unbranded packaging and or without all of the ordered items. Mr. Beast's lawsuit says this makes Mr. Beast Burger a misleading, poor reflection of the Mr. Beast
Interesting.
brand that provides low quality products to customers. So long story short, they were late, they were raw, and they were wrong, which is like every red flag for a
Yeah.
kitchen. And Mr. Beast is suing them for using his name and I guess like a sense of slander because it's bad.
Defamation.
So 2 things, gentlemen. One, Do we agree with Mr. Beast even doing the lawsuit in the first place? 2, is he going to win? And 3, why wait 4 years? Like, you didn't do your due diligence before, Or who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Yes, and I think this time frame is kind of interesting. So let me back up. So this, from what I understand, this virtual dining concept is how they partner with different kitchens around the country. So it's not that there are Mr. Beast locations. It's they certify restaurants to be able to make and prepare Mr. Beast branded food. So I think you have
Makes sense.
I think you have a pretty good case on defamation, because if people are signing up to be a part of Mr. Beast for the brand, you could definitely just do that to get your business going. So like, Matt, you know where the Sicilian Butcher is?
Yeah, I just went to my birthday dinner actually.
There we go.
Had a meatball Ferris wheel.
Next to that restaurant, there's the Thirsty Lion. No.
Yes.
Yeah, Thirsty
Yeah.
Lion.
Mm-hmm.
Thirsty Lion is a Mr. Beast certified restaurant.
No.
Yeah, so the burger that you're getting doesn't necessarily mean anything other than they made that with permission from Mr. Beast.
Makes sense.
So again, you have all these different businesses that are willing to take the, I'm sure they pay a cut to Mr. Beast, but think of all that so-called free advertising, or how much more advertising they'd get with the awareness of the name. And again, if they're not living up to the expectations of even cooking a burger, like it's ridiculous to not make a raw burger. Like, you just gotta and throw it, like, come on. So I think he's got a pretty good case of defamation.
Hold on, that gives him the right to sue the company responsible for choosing the restaurant?
No, I think that gives him the right to sue, because his brand is now being tarnished by third parties that are been selected by this virtual dining concept group. I think it would have been different if he was like, yes, I'm going to handpick every restaurant that I'm going to certify. But the fact that he went through a third company, virtual dining concept, he has the right to sue them for them not doing their due diligence.
But that just sounds like it's dangerous territory. Let's say one restaurant makes a raw burger one time. He has the right to sue them for that?
It doesn't sound like it's a one-time thing, though.
That's not what I'm asking, though. I'm asking you. Like, is that what you're telling me can happen?
I'm saying that if I'm virtual dining concept and I land a contract as big as Mr. Beast, I want to make sure that whoever I'm partnering with is top tier, because Mr. Beast is.
Yes.
And if
my question is, if they make a mistake one time, do you, Mr. Beast, now have the right to sue me because of their one mistake that they made?
I mean, it's hard because that's not the case. It's not that it was one time and he's suing.
Yeah.
I know. Take this picture, take this article out of the way. I'm asking you, Andrew, from what you know or what you think or whatever, do you think that if the situation was what I just said, one restaurant makes one raw burger, there's reported, everyone knows about it, do you think Mr. Beast now has the right to sue the company that chose that restaurant?
I think so, if it's hurting my brand.
Okay, gotcha.
Again, I partnered with this company to establish my brand, and if they're not finding people that live up to that standard, that's on them. That's not on me. My brand shouldn't be hurt because we went into a contract and you're not doing due diligence to make sure that the product is coming out like it was probably specified in the contract.
So where's the onus of decision making? Is it, hey, my brand took a hit by X amount of dollars, therefore I have paper trail, and they can come back and say, hey, because of us, you actually got $15 million a year, and if you, even with these bad burgers, we still give you $15 million than you were going to get before. Like, how does that decision weigh out? Do you?
I think you assess damages. Again, for him, his brand is everything. Like that brand encompasses all of his business.
Yeah.
And if something is getting tarnished by that, that's like his livelihood.
Same thing.
It's a huge umbrella. And again, I think it's more so the fault of this virtual dining concept, because they should have known what they were getting themselves into with acquiring arguably the most popular known person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next to the president.
Mm-hmm.
Steven, Kel, want to weigh in?
Go for it, Kel. You could jump in this one, man.
I agree with Andrew. Basically, like, yeah, like if the company is getting these places to like that are making terrible products for Mr. Beast, then like Mr. Beast is obviously gonna have he's gonna feel some type of way of like, yo, I never picked this location and now this location is selling raw meat to my customers,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But I also like to say like Mr. Beast should have been like, if it's your company, you should have been handpicking, like, you know what I mean? Like Nike handpicks like who they want to be their ambassadors so that they don't have anybody look bad for them.
Mhm.
So you're
Like John Morant.
basically, yeah, no, not like John Morant.
Damn.
Snuck it on
Destroyed
there.
his whole argument with one guy.
But see, like with Kyrie, right? Nike didn't like be like, hey, Kyrie, you're messing up the brand. We're suing you. They're like, no, you're no longer
You're
part
gone.
of this. You're no longer part of us. Mr. Beast, like, I get suing, but he also has the right to tell him like, hey, let's not, whatever location is giving out raw burgers is just dead it. Like they're not a part of it no more.
Let me ask you this though. You order a Mr. Beast burger, it comes to you raw. What's probably the first thing that you're gonna do?
First of all, I wouldn't order a Mr. Beast burger because I think that's weird. I think niggas that are ordering, like, it might be good burger, but like that nigga's a YouTuber. Like, what the fuck you know about cooking? Like, if I got a raw burger, if I ordered a Mr. Beast burger and it came raw, my first instinct would be like, yeah, Mr. Beast isn't a cook. What the fuck is this? Like, he don't have the ingredients.
But think about it. What you're implying is that the brand, Mr. Beast Burger,
Yeah, blaming him instead of
this virtual kitchen, you're saying that they're the ones that are incompetent, which is, again, that's hurting his brand.
No, and I agree with that totally. I'm not saying that I understand, like, if you get a raw Mr. Beast burger, you're gonna be like, yo, Mr. Beast fucked up, not Johnny's down the block. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
that's a good point.
Why doesn't Mr. Beast just be like, yo, whoever y'all got, like, that we're gonna just handpick our own places now?
Well, I think that's why he's suing the virtual dining concept, is because they're the ones that are in charge of finding the local restaurants. And so it's not that he's necessarily suing himself.
Well, it's like, because it's what it sounded like was that, like, oh, Mr. Beast is suing his company, like his own company. Like, that's just crazy. Yeah.
So I will caveat it real quick with what they said, the company. They said that it's false and that Mr. Beast actually tried to bully them to give up more of the company's equity to him. Which, I mean, I don't really, I don't know, Jimmy personally, but Steven, comments, concerns on it? Did they cover everything? What do you think?
So, a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of both. I agree with Matt, and then I agree with Andrew. So Mr. Beast did start this because of COVID, was trying to help out restaurants.
Yeah.
Started Mr. Beast Burger, keeping them in business. Now companies that are back up and running are going, why the hell am I making Mr. Beast burgers? My profits are coming from someplace else now. So I do see that they're, giving the shit into the stick. And to the guest's point, the first Mr. Beast burger I got, bomb as shit. It's so good, dude. But the more and more I ordered, it just kind of got weaker and weaker to the point where my sons were like, yo, Mr. Beast burgers. And I was like, nah, we're going to Wendy's. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't happening. Sorry, bro. Like, yeah, I ordered 4 burgers and got all grilled cheese sandwiches. You know what I mean? Like, I was pretty pissed, so I do understand that, but I do think that application or the company that partnered up with Mr. Beast, I think they need to take a little more responsibility. Because you can't hire Filiberto's to make fine Italian food. If they're not going to meet standards, then you can't have them be that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, come on, gentlemen. It's a burger. Like, it's hard to kind of mess up a burger. Like, you got to really either not know what you're doing or not be paying attention to mess up a burger.
So the other thing is, I know this is hearsay and this is people could be just talking crap, but the rating of the town, I think, where kind of originally this is all happening, Mr. Beast is like a 1.8 when it comes out of stars, and for like 2 years they're at like a 4.0, and then as soon as they like changed to different restaurants, dude, there was like thousands of people going, what the hell is this? There's a picture of a Mr. Beast burger that's just burnt. It looks like somebody made the burger and got a blowtorch and just burnt it and then put it in the box. So the pictures are like horror
That was the Miles
stories.
Morales burger.
Yeah, apparently. Come on, man.
Bro,
Come
reading
on.
the
Like
article-
Burger King, like Burger King. You know,
Oh,
they had the
I
Miles
thought you were
Morales
going a
burger.
different route. I was like,
No,
dude, come on, man. We're going to get canceled on
no,
this.
no. I wear
thought
J's
he-
every day. You know?
He thought you were talking about the Wesley Snipes burger.
I was like, dude. So,
the pack of Akon Net burger.
but I get it. I get it.
So-
If it's neglect, sue them. If it's like people are just not
Mistake.
ordering it anymore or a mistake, then it's like, come on, man. You know, it's the times, bro.
Yeah,
Real.
I'd be curious to see, because reading a little bit further on in the article, it looks like Mr. B, and this is hard. This is where like my conspiracy theory personality comes out, because I feel like he's always like, yeah, I don't make anything. I don't make any money. So supposedly he hasn't made a dime from
Lying. He's lying.
Mr. Beast Burger. Whether that's true or not, I have a hard time believing that.
Dude is lying.
Yeah, I do too.
But the lawsuit says that he's seeking the right to terminate the business with virtual dining concept.
Yeah, it's because I think
Look.
he wants to go into like brick and mortar, dude. He's killing it right now.
No,
His
he's
whole Guinness-
He said he's not doing any more restaurants. He's just gonna focus on the candy bars, which is
those candy bars are good, dude.
freaking good.
Amazing.
Haven't
What I
had-
will say is, to wrap it up, put a bow on it, is Mr. Beast for sure made money off of it, because once that restaurant came apart, I haven't seen a single sponsor on his videos. So he's for sure getting money somewhere.
Mhm.
But other than that, I mean, I just want to see how this ends, and I want to see like what the verdict is and like why that verdict, because I think it can go either way. Like they both have arguments to make. But Kel, this is a topic I think you're gonna love. I'm gonna ask you first. It's specific to you. I knew you were coming. They didn't know, but I knew, so I put it in there. I snuck it in there. You're a Star Wars fan, yes?
Yeah,
All right.
big
You
Star
like,
Wars fan.
you like Lando, yes?
Yeah, like I love Lando. What are you talking about?
I don't know if you heard, okay, but Lando's TV series, one is starring Donald Glover, and two, being written by Donald Glover and his brother who wrote Atlanta with him.
Ooh,
So I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your comments, your concerns, if any, and lay it on us.
It's gonna be the greatest Star Wars thing since Episode 3. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. Like if Donald Glover does it the right way, like I don't want Lando to be out here like, oh, let's go on some adventures. No, he needs to be having sex with like robots and like aliens and shit. Because that's not. We don't want to see Lando like, oh, this is the millennium. No, we know what Lando's like. Hey, baby, you want to ride in the millennium? Like that's what he needs to be doing the whole movie.
Yeah.
I don't want. Like I want to see basically Shaft, but Lando Calrissian.
bro, that's
Yeah.
the best review ever.
You know what I mean?
right there.
Like it can't be like it can't be Han Solo. That's Han Solo. You know what I mean? It can't be Obi-Wan or all these Ahsoka. They all have these adventures. They're like, we need to find. Lando never wanted to do that. He just wanted to chill in Cloud City. You know what I mean? Then Han Solo brought his happy ass with that white woman up to his place, talking about like, oh man, I haven't seen you in a while. You know what I mean? He's like, man, now I got Darth Vader here. Darth Vader never come here. He never come here. He don't even like Cloud City, but now he here because y'all here. And then everybody get mad at Lando because y'all messed up. I didn't mess up. I was chilling. You know what I mean? My people were good. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I think if Donald Glover's writing it, I have nothing but confidence in him. But they have to do it the right way. You know what I mean? They have to do it the right way. They have to have the guy up in there just chilling, having sex with aliens and robots, and then maybe here and there he'll go on a mission. You know what I mean? Maybe like someone calls him, hey man, we need to do this. He's like, man, but I got like 3 triple head aliens in my room right now, man. I can't just leave. You know what I mean?
I think it's a show that doesn't have to be like dark or like have the weight of the world or the galaxy resting on its shoulder. Like give us an upbeat, like fun, comical. I think that's like the perfect person to pull it off too.
Yeah, that's all it has to be. If they try to do anything else, they're gonna mess it up. Because no one wants to see a Lando show where he's like this big like bounty hunter, or like he's like some like, oh, like I'm a like they don't want to see that. They want to see Lando having fun, man. Like show us what it was like with. And I know it's not supposed to be Lando when he's old, right? It's supposed to be like before A New Hope, right?
Yeah, it's Donald Glover playing him, so that
Yeah,
is.
so before A New Hope. So yeah, like just show him how he rised up to Cloud City. I guess maybe that's what they're gonna do, is like, oh yeah, like how he rose to the ranks. But if he's not having sex for like every episode, then I don't think that's the real Lando Calrissian, man. Like this, it was Billy D. Williams. That was the cool. My mom wants to have sex with Billy D. Williams. You know what I mean? So like, we're not gonna act like this is not supposed to be the coolest person in space right now. So like, just make it a movie about, or a TV show about the coolest person in space, then we're good.
All right, gentlemen. Did he miss any points that we want to go over?
No.
I think he did spot on.
You hit it spot on.
That, dude.
The only tidbit I'd add is give us a Hondo scene.
No, man, if they give it, so this is one thing. This is one thing they need to do. They need to have. Maybe is it? Do we know if it's after he gets the Millennium Falcon to Han, or is it?
It's
that's what I'm
after
trying to
Solo.
look right now.
Is after Solo?
Yeah.
All right. They need to have one scene where he's just in his room singing about the Millennium Falcon, where he's just like heartbroken,
Trying to fix up the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
He's a Stevie Wonder though when he does it, you know.
Yeah. He needs to be singing "Hello."
Gosh, I hope they come out with a Lando like cologne. Disney, Star Wars comes out with that. That would be fire. Yeah, that'd be dope.
That would be good.
I think
got some Calrissian.
that sums it up for us. Really, I'm on board with it. Glover's good. Atlanta's good. I'm happy for it. And once they announced him as the cast, I was already happy for it. But then they announced him writing the thing, and I was like, "Yo, everything he's wrote has been a banger so far." So, all right, gentlemen, that's it for the topics. Now we have expert topic, Mr. Expert of Nothing down there, Andrew. Andrew, what's your topic? And let's run through it.
Well, I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity to guess what the topic's probably on.
Rocket League.
Yeah.
Rocket League.
Yep.
All
right, so a couple things.
This one needs to watch some TV or fucking read a
No,
book.
I promise.
Do some push-ups. I don't know, something, dude.
So the first thing is we have the World Championship coming up this week, next week. Right now they're in what's called the wild card, where the teams that weren't good enough to automatically qualify are fighting to see who's going to actually enter in the main event. There's 8 spots up for grabs, and they're doing it as a round robin style tournament. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about FaZe Clan, because this is a team that's done very well in North America, but recently has dropped off. And they picked up last year, right before the World Championships, a very notable figure in the scene who was a host of kind of the weekly podcast show for Rocket League and all things RLCS related. His name is Raul. He was the coach for just about a year, because Worlds is next week and they kicked him yesterday. So there's been a lot of drama around this. So I'm going to go to Twitter or X or whatever we call it nowadays. And
what do the cool kids call it?
Yeah.
Twitter still.
Yeah, still Twitter.
I mean, Elon even said it's still called Twitter despite the X.
All right. Well, I don't understand what the X is. So, anyways, Roldiz tweets and it says, "I got a lot to say, ... And that's it. He then follows up that, but I think he's taken it down. But there was a tweet that said, "New video dropping at 8:30." And he then put out an 18-minute video of him destroying the players of FaZe, going through literally one by one all their faults, all the reason why he's no longer on the team. He parts way with FaZe. He does that professionally, but you can tell there's like some real distaste for the team, the teammates. So you have a player named Sipical who typically is really good, but you just have seen the last little bit that kind of has lost his luster. Like when they're playing series, he hasn't been what he needs to be. And so he comes out and he's like, it's been like 6 months and I've had conversations with him telling him if he doesn't want to play, he needs to retire, which is like all stuff nobody's heard of. He then talks about another player who is just naturally gifted, but doesn't put like enough time into practice. So he's talking about Mist here, and he's like, this guy will come up to like the week before a tournament with like 20 hours in 2 weeks. And he could get away with it because he was that naturally talented. But now that he's getting older, he can't. And you guys are starting to see that because the last little bit of this season, they have completely dropped off. So I looked it up because I was curious on just kind of the stats because I haven't really been following them. That's not the team like I choose to follow. But as of last year, they were third, fourth, second, third, fourth, and then they finished this spring split with a 9th to 12 and didn't get to go to the major LAN event. So it's just like slowly dropped off when they used to be like one first. So they have 2 firsts as of March 2023, February they were first. So like all the end of last year it was first, and then into the beginning of this year it was first, second, third, fourth. So what he's saying is like the time frames are adding up. He's since then taken this video down on YouTube. You can search it and find like other people reposting it.
Probably a good idea to do.
Yeah, but the last part is where it gets crazy. So as he starts to talk about the teams, he says, I didn't know how to motivate these kids. And he calls them kids. Like you can tell like he's so upset. So he partnered with FaZe and said, I want to do an incentive to where if these kids will grind and get on the leaderboard in the top 20 of the entire game, they get a payout just to get them to play the game before we go to tournaments. And so they did it and there'd be good results. And then they stopped doing it. They stopped getting their bonus and then their results dropped again. And so he's just talking about like how it's probably the most talented team in the world, but just don't have the drive to want to win. And then he gets to like their star-studded team captain named First Killer, and there's always been drama around this guy. Like he's super good. He's probably, if not the best, in conversation of the top 3. And there is this it's not really a rumor, but his dad, First Killer's dad, is known for kind of being in his ear and saying like, if he's not playing with someone, and I mean, he's a dad, he's trying to do what's best for his son. I get that. But at the same time, like, let him figure it out too. But First Killer's notorious for just kicking people. Like he's had 2 full roster changes and he's been able to build the teams literally around him, but hasn't won a world championship yet. And Roldis kind of spills it out that his dad's in his ear. And if his dad says you don't want to be associated with them, he then has the power because of his status to go to FaZe and say, I don't want this person on the team. FaZe says, your choice, you make the decision, and then they roll with it. And that's why he's no longer part of the team as the coach, is because his dad got in his ear and said, you don't want Roldiz to be your coach. Tell FaZe you want him out, and he's out. And so it's been crazy to follow Twitter and watch like the argument on both sides. And it's awesome because Rocket League doesn't have these moments very often. It's very like firm handshakes all around, like GGs. So for me, it's exciting to see like, okay, the tensions are boiling, like people are upset, and that's how it should be. You see it in every other sport. There's always some kind of contention, some kind of things, and it's nice to finally see that this esports starting to pick up on that a little bit.
Your
I found,
esport.
yeah, I found the video, so I'll send it to you guys in case you're interested to watch it. But like,
Yeah.
Rolda's got a lot of grief for always speaking so highly of FaZe and his team, and he's like, "I'm not contracted with them. This is the real me. You're gonna get it all." So it's a really interesting listen. But that is my topic for the week. If you're wanting to watch Rocket League, it's going to be on all week and all next week.
GG's. Well,
Mhm.
sounds like a normal day in Call of Duty. It's like an everyday
Mhm.
thing. Like something comes out for COD esports, but that's sometimes a bad thing as well. Gentlemen, moving on to the game. Game. The game master. Or I'm sorry. My bad, Kel. The game leader of the day. Khan.
What?
Khan, you are the game leader of the day, my friend. What's your game? You're muted.
After these asshats kind of bagged me the last 3 games, I feel like there's like an alliance. You know what I mean?
I
But
gave you a
it's all
free
good.
win last week.
Yeah, I definitely smoked him, but I shouldn't have been a free win, but it's all good. So today we are going to be doing somewhat similar. I'm going to give you guys some topics or some locations, I should say, and you're going to tell me what people do that piss you off at those locations.
All
And
right.
out of you 3 here, you're going to give me your topic, and I'll calculate who's the winner, and then I'll tell you at the end who won those locations. And we will go into Snake. So since we have special guests today, we'll have him go first. So give me something that somebody does or people do in a car that piss you off.
Breathe. I'm just be alive in my kitchen. I guess like talking over music, you know what I mean? Or if I'm like,
Mhm.
if it's like a podcast or something that I'm trying to listen to, like I get it, you want to have a conversation, but like we're going to point A to point B. Let me listen to this. So I guess
Yeah,
just
I
like
remember that.
talking whatever. If anything's on, just talking.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay. What about you, Andrew?
All right. So the thing that pisses me off the most, immediately I thought of my mom. She's great at many things, but driving is not one of them. She is literally probably the only person I get into a car and I'm afraid for my life. Like,
Damn.
I'm clenched up the entire time. Like, I'm like, oh, she's going to crash into this. She's not slowing down. She'll be texting on her phone while driving and just like swerving all over the place. When we used to go on like family road trips and she was driving, we'd get there so fast, but it was literally like everyone would be like, are we alive? So it's just like terrifying. Anytime you get in a car with her, you don't know if it's going to be your last time driving or being alive at all.
All right. I mess with that one. I mess with that one too. What about you, Matt?
Well, for me, it would be someone. Let's say I'm in my own car driving, like I'm driving
Yeah.
my own car, someone's the passenger or whatever. 2 things. I'll give you one though. The second one I'll give honorable mention. The big one is asking me to change whatever I have on. Like,
Yeah.
don't like one time I was in rush hour and there was a dude next to me and pulled out my Beach Boy CD and threw it on the side of the road, and then we had beef from there. But
That's rush
yeah,
hour.
nah, Kel, you were there. It's me and you.
That was Rush Hour. That's the movie Rush Hour.
My bad. My bad. That's Ricky Tan. Yeah. So yeah, that's my big thing. My honorable mention was like if we're going to get food and I'm driving, we're going where I want to go to get food. We're not going where you're suggesting to go to get food.
Well,
so
that's a good
my
one too.
But the big one for me is asking me to change what I have on.
Okay. I feel like I'm working that one down. All right. So this next one.
So we don't know who's gonna win.
I'll tell you
That's
who
the
gets
end.
the points. I'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Andrew, don't get your hopes up. Just letting you know.
I'm impatient.
Just kidding. All right, this next one. What is something that people do that piss you off at the movie theaters / or you watching a movie. It could be at your home.
So I'm first now, right?
Yes, you're first.
All right, man. I have another. I don't know to mention, but I can't say it because I'm first. Anyways, the thing that makes me mad during a movie, all right, is when the person I'm with is asking me questions about the movie that we're watching together. Okay, I don't know why this guy is so mad at this point in time. I'm sure if we wait 30 minutes to an hour, we'll find out together. I don't know. I don't have the answers to these questions. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. Don't ask me.
That is a good one.
That's a real good one. That was the one I had. Okay, I got one. So specifically in the theater, when you have that person who is eating popcorn, but like it's during like the quiet periods, and it's like, and you're like, just get the popcorn, like you don't even eat the bag. So just like the obnoxious eater, or like the person who I don't know why, but they're chewing bubble gum and they're snapping their gum, and it like takes you out of the moment of the movie. It's like, just shut up, like eat, watch the movie.
Like a regular person.
Yeah, that's one.
All right, that's a good one too.
Matt took mine. That was a good one, Matt. Maybe like when like at end of movies, people clapping like in the theater.
Oh my! I hate it.
I think that's stupid. I think that's so stupid.
It happened at Oppenheimer, and I was pissed because they ruined because the ending is so like
sad.
almost depressing.
Like, wow.
That you're like, I just want to be quiet for like the rest of my car ride home. People
have you
clapping.
guys been in a movie where people stand up and clap after it ends?
Yeah, bro.
That is so weird.
Really? What's the last movie they clapped at?
I went to go see 12 Years a Slave. These white people stood up and started clapping. I was like, what the fuck are y'all clapping? I'm like, what is going on right now? Like, y'all can't be clapping at this. This is not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, if you clapping, like, I don't, like, there's probably, like, certain places you could clap where it's, like it's like a theater, like, actual, like, a play
or something.
At the end of the play, clap. You want to let the actors know you appreciate what they. Nobody cares that you clapped at this movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, stop. Just stop.
Who
clapping.
You trying to impress?
I'm trying to chill, wait for the credits to end for an MCU movie, and you over here clapping. Why? Like, for no reason. For no reason.
Dude, people were clapping at Endgame for me when I was there.
Yeah.
They were clapping, like they were going hard in the paint. I was like, all right.
It's kind of correlated. That's what I hate the most, but I kind of correlated to the thing that makes me the happiest is when people clap and they think people are gonna join in, and everybody just look at them like y'all dumb, y'all idiots. They just stop. They're like, and then they just stop looking around. I'm like, yeah, you an idiot. Stop clapping.
That's a good one. That is a good one. All right, this next one. This one's going to get a little fun. What is something, and it can be the person you're on a date with, is what's something that people do to piss you off when you're on a date?
Wait, who goes first?
I think
you go first.
I go first?
Is there
snake
draft?
Okay. What is something?
Like,
I hate when the like waitress like comes back and is like, "Do you guys want dessert?" Bitch, my budget can't afford dessert. Why are you talking about?
Dude.
Yeah, I had a game plan for the meal, and that's it. What are you talking about? You guys want a lava cake? No.
Dessert's back at the house, bro. You're killing the dessert game.
I got ice cream, and then they give her the menu, and she reading it, talking about like, "Oh, that sounds good." I'm like, now I gotta pay. I gotta pay extra money. I had this game plan all set up. I have a 60 in my bank account. That's all I was
Now you gotta pay $8 for cheesecake. That's like this big. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the waitress gonna get mad. She didn't get a tip. Like the tip was the dessert. That's your fault.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. That does suck. All right, Andrew.
Can I tweak it a little bit? This isn't like a date, but this is like when we're going out for like work lunch. Like, is that like the same?
Yeah, you can kind of put that in there. Yeah.
Okay, something that drives me nuts is when they don't want to ask for a split bill. they just tell the waitress or waiter, just divide it up equally by 3.
Oh my!
Because like I'm that person, I'm usually either ordering a water and I'm not getting a drink because back at the office they have drinks and I might as well get a free one there. And so like
True.
I don't want to pay like the extra $3 for a drink, but when you split it even, I'm not paying for a drink that I didn't get.
So what do you say?
I haven't said no, don't do that. it just
Payment
sucks
right in
when
the
it
pockets,
happens.
huh? That sucks, dude. That
Mhm.
that pisses me off, man. Yeah.
Split it
All right.
evenly. No, don't do that.
Just break it up like a regular person.
Mhm.
All right, go for it, Matt.
My wife still does it to this day, and it makes me so mad. I think every man can relate to this. Get your fork off my plate. You had the chance to order what you wanted to order. Get your fork out of here. I don't want to see your fork, your spoon, your knife, your toothpick picking over my plate. You had the chance to order this just like I did, and you picked something else. Ain't no, oh, I was gonna get it, but since you got it, I got something else. No, I don't want to try yours. I want to eat mine in its completion. Don't touch my plate. Thank you.
Hey, that's actually, dude, that hits home in my house too. That it's like, hey, if you wanted
Oh,
the
I
steak,
know.
you should have got the steak. You know what I mean? Sorry, I ain't sharing my bone marrow with you, homie. Like, you know what I mean? Might be sharing the rest of my life, but you know what I mean?
You know, like Tad on that, like hand in hand is like when like we're about to order, and I'm like, you know what you want? And like, well, what are you getting? It's like, don't worry about what I'm getting. Get what you want, and I'll
She's
get what
trying to
I
double
want.
dip. She's trying to double dip.
Yeah.
That's why, man.
Oh, well, if you get this, I'm gonna get that. No, get whatever you want. I'll get what I
Yeah.
want.
Mhm.
Hard pass.
All right, hold on. Before we go to the next one, do you guys get mad when, I don't know if mad's the right word, but is it frustrating when somebody orders the same thing as you?
No.
Sometimes it gets
For me, that's like a big thing. Like, don't order the same thing as me. Like,
Well, then my point I just said is moot, irrelevant, because then they're in their mind they think they're justified. No, get the same thing if you want it, unless it's an appetizer. Then we can just share that.
I'm stingy with my appetizers. I ain't sharing my appetizers either. I get chips and salsa for the table for the peasants, and then you know what I'm saying. I want my spinach artichoke dip, homie. I'm trying to mess with that. They ain't trying to, chips and salsa for 40 hours a week. You know what I mean? Like, come on. All right, I get with you. All right, this next one's gonna be, I guess maybe Andrew will win this one. Things that people piss you off at work.
So I'm first. Wow. Jeez. There's
Something not working. Watch it.
there's a lot to. Well, my current job, I love it, so nothing there. My AT&T and Best Buy job. Oof. I don't know, man. Let me think. I gotta think about this one. People.
all right. Well, while you're
So
thinking,
for me,
I'll go.
okay, no. How about you don't? Who you think you are? The hell? Anyways, for me, it's when there's a clear shared break room. We all share this one break room, and you're over here making fish in the microwave for the entire break room to freaking smell. Or like
Damn.
some tuna casserole. I don't smell very good. Just like it's not gonna smell good in the microwave. It's already bad enough. I gotta smell your breath after you eat it. But now it's smelling in the freaking break room. That's the only break room in the entire building that I have to come back here for at least 3 breaks, 15, and a lunch. Like, come on. Be respectful, be real. Bring some ramen noodles next time. Don't bring no fucking fish sticks and salmon.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, dude. There should be some rules for that shit.
Yeah. I feel like this is gonna paint a picture of how horrible of a person I am, but I'm gonna throw it out there because I'm not a manager over people anymore. But it drives me nuts when people bring up like their life drama and like the horrible things that have happened in their life.
Dude,
because
all
like
the time for you. All the time.
I could write a book on how much I don't care. Like the scenario doesn't affect me. It's not going to change my decision. You're not going to make me feel a certain way. Just don't care about it. Don't bring it up. I don't need to know about your cousin who got ran over by a train. Like,
oh gosh,
don't. Just leave it. What happens at home stays at home. You don't need to bring it to work.
Does it matter what part of the train he's ran over with? If it's a caboose, I'm a little concerned about why the caboose hit you and nothing else did. You know what I mean?
Nah.
All right, on to the next one.
Dan, you trying to skip Kel?
No, next
No, you saying
Oh, you meant next person.
nah? Andrew kind of took my own things that I hate. Man, you guys both said good ones.
they were good.
Yeah, those are like those. Those are like the top two. Those are like the top two things that I hate.
You can probably forfeit the point, Andrew. This will be Andrew's only point if he gets it.
Yeah,
he for
I'm not
sure
gonna lie,
didn't get the other
it's
three.
gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to. Yeah, because y'all got my points.
Nah,
yeah,
you got to
so-
talk about like that micromanager who's like watching you, and, like breathing down your neck, and like you did it wrong.
Well, that's the thing. So like when I'm at work, I don't really like no one really micromanages me because they know that I'm not listening to you. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Like I don't care. Like yeah, whatever. But like, I don't know. I think I just hate like. Can it be? Does it have to be like just coworkers, or can it be like?
It could be anything.
Customers?
It could be customers. It could be
Okay.
anything.
All right. So Matt probably knows about this because he used to work at AT&T. I hate when these old motherfuckers come up in here talking about like I don't know. I don't know. Yo, I promise you, so many times they're like my flashlight's on. Turn it off. Just turn it off. It's right there. Just press the button. Just press the button. Just press the button. Why? They're like. Do you know what's so strange? When I go home, I have Wi-Fi and I connect to it, but when I'm out in the world, I don't have Wi-Fi. Yeah, because you're not at home, man. You're not at home anymore. Okay, like what are you talking about? And they try to make it seem like, and they always say this dumb thing like, "Did you have to train for this? Did you learn
Yeah,
this?"
that's
No.
stupid.
I hate
No, I'm just not an idiot.
Yeah, I was just, like I was just here and I knew how to do it. Like, yeah, that's probably the thing I hate the most.
That's a good one.
That is a really good one. I think
Troubleshooting's a good one. Yeah.
he stole that one. All right. And the last one. It could be people you're with, or it could be people there. But what is one thing that people do that piss you off when you're on vacation? What's one thing? Starting with you, boss man.
So the people that like while I'm on vacation, or like
Yeah, it could be people you go with, or it could be like when you go to Hawaii and you see tourists. Like it could be, what's the one thing that gets you pissed when you're on vacation that people do?
Friend knows knee-high socks with sandals.
when so I haven't been on vacation in a while. So what is something that I hate? You know what I hate? So like my idea of a vacation is just chilling. Like we're just gonna chill.
Doug,
I don't
speaking
want
my
to see
language.
this. I don't want to see the fucking Eiffel Tower. I don't see that. Like, my idea of vacation is letting people know, like, yo, I'm going here. Don't hit me up. I'm chilling. But when I get there, you know what we're gonna do? Like, hey, guess what? We're gonna go see this this attraction that everybody's going to. I don't want to see them people. I don't want to see that thing. That thing sucks. I've seen it on TV. It was on Mission Impossible. It exploded. I've seen everything that you could have ever shown me, man. I don't want to see it. Let's relax. Let's go do something else. But
Okay,
yeah, I guess
I'm on board with that. I like to just
Yeah.
post up, catch a vibe, and just relax, dude. I'm
the
not down for
best
walking
places
around.
to vacation is like a beach where you could just chill. You sitting down. You're like, whatever. But as soon as you want me to walk anywhere or like, oh, we're gonna go take this tour, nah,
I'm out.
Not for me. Yeah, not for me.
All right, Andrew.
I'll let you be the deciding factor if mine's like too close to that. But mine's when you're going on a vacation with somebody and they take over the vacation and they're like, oh, let's do this, or like we have to go eat here. Like this is my vacation. Like I'm gonna make the decision. Like if you want to go there, cool. But if I want to go eat at this place, I'm gonna go eat at this place. I'm not gonna force you to go and eat at this place. So like I went on a vacation to Hawaii with my brother. It was me, my wife, my brother, and his wife, and they kind of just like stole the vacation away from us. And it was like whatever they wanted to do, we did. Whatever we wanted to do, if it didn't line up with exactly what they wanted to do, we weren't doing it.
I think what we're learning, Andrew, is you have a hard problem saying no to people. Just
Yeah, dude.
like just tell them no, we're not doing that. We're gonna do our own thing.
Well, it was different because in Hawaii we rented one car, and so it was like we were
Who paid
we
for the
were
car?
stuck.
I'm gonna take number
Who
one.
paid for the car?
I think we
They-
split it.
Oh, then it's 50-50. We all. I'm going to play.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we split that, and we split the hotel.
Now, if they paid for it, or if they've
Yeah,
been there
you're
before,
out of luck
and you're
there.
going, yeah, you're straight out of luck.
We had all
But-
been to the island. Like it wasn't the first time going. It was like they just like took over.
The island.
Oh my god, like it's a normal spot they go to. Yeah, that's weird,
Yeah,
man. If I'm
excuse
with
us.
my girl and I'm in Hawaii and Matt comes and he's with his girl, no offense, but I'm like, all right, we'll have dinner later, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go spend some time with my chica. I'm not trying to spend time with my brother. You know what I mean? Like, this is weird. Like, get away from me. You know what I mean? But
Fair.
that's a good one. I hate when people take over. Yeah.
All right, so mine's
Matt.
kind of the opposite of what Markel said, and I'll give you a sound reason why. Okay, there's no reason to leave your house if you're just gonna sleep and relax all day. Okay, if we're going out of town if we're going out of town, but especially out of state, but especially have to fly out of country, you best believe we're doing something other than sleeping in the house. Because, dude, you have no idea. So Andrew knows this because I went to Mexico with him.
Yep.
And there was like multiple pockets of time where we're like just sitting in there, like in the little casita we rented or whatever. And we were just, I was like, what's next? He's like, yeah, nap for 2 hours. I was like, I'm going to the ATV, brother. You have a good time here. I was like, dude, I didn't come to Rocky Point to sleep for 2 hours. I can sleep at home. I could sleep at home. There's no reason to go,
Andrew,
especially a place like Mexico.
We're vibing on this one.
We're like, it's the food I get there is not even better than the food I get here, Mexican food wise. Like, there's better tacos here in Phoenix than there is in freaking Rocky Point. I didn't need to go to Rocky Point. Only thing I will give him credit for is for the freaking chicken we had, which is delicious. But my point is, there's no reason for you to leave your home to sleep. No reason for it. Now, I'm not saying rush everywhere and squeeze everything in a certain amount of time. Hey, we have 100 attractions we have to get to in 2 days. I'm not saying do that.
Yeah.
But to have a 3-hour gap with nothing to do but stay in your hotel room is absurd. Absurd. If I'm going out of town, there's no reason for me to stay.
I had a feeling this one was going to come up.
I knew that's why I had to pull it.
Yeah, so I feel bad because I've actually thought about this trip. Like we had been in Rocky Point for like a week and a half before Matt and Bam got down there. And so like we were like, we've done everything. Like we're just gonna veg. So it wasn't the best experience for them.
Dude, the ATV guys in the front of the hotel made so much money off me that week. So much money off of me.
Let me explain something to Matt though, right? You are well in your right to go vacation and do however you want a vacation. Let me tell you what a vacation is. It's a vacation. I'm supposed to not do nothing. You know what I mean? Stay home. I talk. But let me tell you something. I talked to my uncle one time. I was like, "What was your best vacation?" He was like, "You want to know something? Just sitting on this porch." And my wife didn't have to say a damn word to me. Which is the greatest vacation you know what I mean?
Dude, I agree with it though. I mess with that idea.
If you're staying, he's making my point proven there. He stayed home. Do not leave your home if you're just gonna sleep all day.
You don't have to sleep all day. That's not the point. Not sleep all day. It's kind of like what Andrew was saying. It was like don't overrun my vacation by being like we have to go to these attractions just because you want to go to these attractions.
You don't got to go.
Maybe I want to go to Paris just because I wanted to go shop for like 2 minutes and be like, oh, I can't afford this. You know, I'm going back to the hotel.
I ain't gonna afford it too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go. Man, I hate to say this, but I have to go with Andrew on this one. I like to go on vacation and I like to go up and do some things, but then I like to go take a nap and then I like to get up. Oh, is this day drink? Let's go day drink. We're just chilling. I'm down to just chill. We're gonna go see some stuff.
Waste of a hotel room. Just waste of money everywhere.
I'm cool. I'd like to go on vacation. I don't want to go on a fucking adventure.
Yeah, for me, there's a time and a place for like the adventure stuff, but like the Mexico side, that's where I recharge. Where I'm like, I'm gonna do nothing because when I get back, I know I got to go back to work. Like, I'm just gonna lounge. If I'm at the beach, cool. If I'm in the pool,
lounge at home.
Yeah,
don't
they don't
got
have
the beach
margaritas
there.
with little pink hats and
You
straws.
can
Yeah,
you can literally make a jug of margarita for the same price as that one you got, and get your own little umbrellas.
It's different when Guadalupe makes it for you. You know what I mean?
Damn. All right. So after adding this up, we have a tie with our
Me and-
special guest
me
here
and Cal.
and Matthew.
I knew it was Andrew.
Figured.
Hey,
Those,
Andrew, I
those
agree
first
with you.
three,
on
Andrew
this.
had no chance.
Yeah, Andrew, you were struggling, but it's all good. So bonus round, just name off something that just fucking gets under your skin that people do. It could be anything.
Just anything.
Anything.
All right. Can I go first?
Andrew, yeah, go.
You're-
You're not even in it,
What
but
is the tiebreaker?
Oh man. All right.
But you can-
all right. I'll throw
give
mine
me
at the end.
yeah.
You can go
Yeah,
so we can
throw it.
think if you want.
Yeah. Mine's when you're peeing next to somebody
Okay. you
and they
see?
fart. Because you have to sit there and be in their fart while you're peeing. Like, at least wait till I leave. You don't need a fart while I'm right next to you.
Wait, like at the urinal or like
yeah,
sitting
like
down?
when you're at the
Taking
urinal
shit.
and they're sitting next or they're standing next to you peeing and they just fart while they're peeing and you're standing there. You just have to be there until you're done.
Damn, Andrew, I feel like you have some you need a therapist to talk about some stuff, dude. Like some of these things, I think they get really into you. You know.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So mine is when somebody, it could be any door. Mine is when somebody stands right in front of the door, whether it's indoor or outdoor. If the door is opened and you walk into the door and I'm coming behind you, get out of the way of the door. Quit standing in the middle of the door. That includes a
is
car
important.
door. That include any kind of door. Get out of the way. You know there's a door here. You see me coming in or out. Get out of the front of the door.
Yep.
That's my big thing.
That
right
is
Wait
a
till
good
your
one.
son gets a little older and he's just always going to be right in the way.
now. He will be pushed
Dude.
over.
I throw some legs at my kids, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how
All right, this is where you can end it. What you got?
I don't know if this is gonna be relatable, but I hate those I hate when like white people say those sayings, like those like normal sayings. Like they'll be like, "Oh, they let anybody in here," or they'll say like, or if you ask them, or if you like ask them like, "Hey, like you know what I mean? How you doing, man?" They're like, "Oh yeah, just living the dream." Like, dog, can we just have a normal conversation?
Dude, I say that shit all the time, dude.
I hate
All the time.
I hate. You know what's the biggest one I hate is when like you at lunch with one of them. They go, so what's the damage? Like nigga, just something. Just ask just ask how much. They have key phrases and they always say them. They never let off on them. So
Dude,
and
I
I'm
say
not
those
gonna say-
phrases all the time. All the time.
I'm not gonna say it's just a white people thing because I've seen black people
No, it
do it
is.
too. But like I usually correlate it to that because I only see that in like movies and then from them niggas. You know what I mean? Like they be saying it.
That's what I usually say. Oh no, this is the one I say when people go, "How's your day going?" I don't know why I say this, but I always go, "It's going." Like
Oh
Yeah.
my!
I can never just say it's going good. It's like I have to say it's going. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I promise you, I'm like, man, you know, like I know you heard it somewhere and you thought to yourself, like, oh, I gotta put that in my arsenal. I gotta put that.
That's it.
I gotta put
That
that
describes
in.
how I'm doing, and I just put it in my checklist.
Dude, working like 18 or Best Buy, the big one for me is like when it's like completely dead, and they walk in and they're like, "Oh, it looks really busy around here." It's like,
Oh, yeah, like, bro, like,
That's just annoying.
do I have to take a number? Like, bro, get out of here. Now you
Take
can
a
leave. I'm
number
calling
and
the
leave.
cops. I'm calling the cops if you stay.
Dude, we could just do a whole episode
There needs
on
to be a
shit that bothers.
segment on that.
Where it's just Best Buy and like AT&T shit, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I got to give it to our special guest, Matt. You came in strong with the door things because I hate it when people leave doors open and stand in the door. But dude, the dumbass like little phrases,
so dumb.
I do those things get to me so,
Yeah.
and it sucks because I say them and I'm like, why the hell did I say that? And
The worst part is like
Actually,
forcing the laugh, like, and then like having to continue on.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just looked up phrases on Reddit at this one, like when someone got their new driver's license. Well, I'll be sure to stay off the road.
Oh, that is a good one.
All right, gents.
Like-
Well, looks like Markel wins. Kel, welcome to the pod for the first time. I'm sure we'll have you on
Thank
again at
you.
some other point in time. It's an absolute
Appreciate the
pleasure,
love.
my man.
Yeah.
It's my
Thank
my main homies. Talk to him every single day, literally every day we talk. So Kel, glad you're here, glad you're supporting. We'll get you on at some point again as well. Anyways, guys, it's gonna do it for us. Wrapping up the rest of the pod. It's it. It's over. It's done. That's probably the greatest podcast we've done so far because of me and my speciality of bringing guests on. You know, I'm batting 1,000 right now. Okay. So everyone,
You hooked us up with Andrew. Like Andrew is the reason.
I bring it
all
down.
right,
a
all right.
lot.
You know what? I'm batting a 2.5. Okay, a 2.5.
Hey, it's still not bad though. That's pro
Yeah,
level. That's
I'm
pro
getting
level.
on base though, you know. So, gentlemen, adios. Have a good night. Everyone watching, have a good night. Follow us on, everything: Instagram, Spotify, the RSS feed, everything. We're on there as well. Any shout outs, gentlemen? Kel, shout out your socials.
Nah, don't follow me.
Fair enough. All right, adios, y'all. Have a great rest of your night. Great rest of your night.